This is Titan Lifestyle. It's Friday. Big Dru with John in the office. Once again. See Rod's on here.
Oh, yeah.
Curtis on here. A lot of people on here.
Scared muscle, don't make muscle. DJ Bet UNC. Todd Smith Machine. Little split your wig. Lorenzo. Scotty, what's going on? Troy, what's going on? Powerful as me. Paulie, 3.56. Journey to Strength. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Titan Lifestyle. Big Dru and me, John. We got a great show for you guys, like always, and it's Friday, so it should be a happy day for you guys. The weekend's coming up. I'm not really looking forward to it because I got to move all weekend, but it's going to be a good weekend after I get done with it for sure. So,
and we got Therapy of the Week.
Yeah, no,
NAD.
Therapy of the Week for sure.
If you guys don't know what NAD is, better jump on NAD. And one thing about NAD is it's comparable to another thing people use that need a prescription.
Yep.
But you're not going to have the crazy side effects.
Oh, yeah. So,
you guys probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no Adderall, basically,
exactly.
Right? No controlled substances like that. This is going to actually be good for you, too. It's like when somebody asks me about NAD, I usually tell them it's like brain restoration to a certain degree, right? Helping brain cells recreate themselves. At that point, fixing some brain synapses and improving those in the brain. That means having your brain think better, working faster for you, so being able to come up with things right away and not having that brain fog per se. A lot of people have brain fog, especially as we get older. And there's obviously declining hormones and other things that affect this. But once you get your hormones right, you're still having that brain fog and stuff like that, and you're looking for something to help you out, NAD can definitely be the choice for you guys, for sure.
Like if you're a public speaker or motivational speaker or even a teacher that needs to stay focused, obviously younger kids, students can't take it. You have to be 21 to take stuff like this. But or even if you're over 21 in grad school or med school, you need to stay focused.
Absolutely.
You're looking for a safer alternative than taking Adderall, which isn't really that safe.
No.
In the long term, especially.
Yep.
Jump on this NAD. You're going to feel great, and you're not going to have to worry about damaging your body, so to speak.
That's right. If anything, you're going to help improve your body, especially your DNA. Our DNA can get damaged from a lot of different things that we encounter throughout our life. That could be from free radicals, toxins in the environment, all these different things that are coming in contact with us. And by doing this, if we're not helping our body out, fight these things away, this can cause other health damages, like I said, to the DNA. And you're like, wow, we're changing your DNA. Yeah. So yes, it can affect that. I mean, it's a big thing when you start thinking about it. But think about, just being able to think better and clear. I call this my limitless drug before.
Yeah.
Because, you don't have to take it every day for it to work. You can literally take it right before you have the meeting, the presentation. You got to be on point for whatever it is. This is definitely going to get you there 100%. Yeah. And let's not forget that NAD is in every living cell of our body, right? It works by using ATP and increasing ATP throughout the body. And if anybody knows what ATP is, this is the energy between cells, right? That transfers all the way throughout the body. So ATP is a big, big thing. Before, we used to have this injectable with ATP, but ATP we're no longer doing. We're no longer able to compound, and that was taken away probably about 5 or 6 years ago. But those two together were just through the roof. So I get the question all the time: what is this good for energy too? So it is good for natural energy. It's not a stimulant. It's not going to work like a stimulant.
Yeah.
But it is going to give you more natural energy.
One thing I noticed with it isn't so much a natural energy, but I just had an overall sense of well-being.
Okay.
A lot of times people feel like, if you're just quote-unquote in a good mood, you don't know why. That's the experience I got with it.
Yep.
And again, I only took it, I think I took it on a Friday. We were away one weekend, and I took it that Friday, and I felt it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Like I was good the whole weekend. So it wasn't like what you said, you have to every day take a pill or, And then not only that, with Adderall too, that stuff, it gives you too much energy, so you can't sleep. And then again, it's hard to eat on the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have no appetite and you're not sleeping, then your mind really starts to become foggy and cloudy and this and that. So the whole reason you took the Adderall in the first place was to stay focused.
True.
But now you're not sleeping. And now you're not eating, so it's contradicting.
It's a vicious cycle that
exactly.
you're going to be put into.
Yeah.
We did have a question from Todd Smith Machine. All right, is it injected? So yes, NAD works best by injection or IV. When you take it orally, you're not going to get the best absorption. It's going to break down. So the best transportation rate that you can do is the injection. Now you can do the injection with a little small insulin needle in the comfort of your home or your house, and be able to do it on demand wherever you're at. Right now, the IV portion. Now you're going to see a lot of places out there doing IVs. Depending on what your dosage is, they dose between 250 milligrams, 500 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, but they want you to sit in the chair for at least 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on what the dose is going to be. This is a long time to sit in a chair. I don't care if it's the most comfortable chair there is. You're going to get bored or antsy, and you're going to want to get out of your seat. whether it's to go to the bathroom because of where you're getting the fluids that are going through IV or not. So it's really more effective and more convenient to take the injection. Now, is it good to get an IV from time to time? I would say yeah. I mean, definitely 100%. But to go for a daily use type situation scenario, it's going to be the best way to possibly do it.
Not only that, to have a needle in your arm for 5 hours is very uncomfortable. It can build scar tissue. It could, if you guys scar easily, or can leave a mark. I mean, it's not like you're just doing a quick, Titan therapy. That's a small drop. You'd be putting a much bigger needle into your vein right here, and it's going to be damaging. And in the course of 5 hours, you're going to end up moving. You're not going to stay still. So it's always on the bend of your arm, so you're going to start moving. It's going to be irritated, and it's just going to be a mess. I don't like having IVs. You guys could tell I don't like having IVs in my arm. The IV drips, the longest I'll go, and that's like maybe 45 minutes. But I don't. 5 hours, that's like a whole day with a needle in your arm. Nah, I'm good. Even 2 to 3 hours, man. And that's what they recommend, right? That's just too long. Even for me, I do 500 milligrams of it in probably about an hour or 45 minutes, whatever it is. And it's in a 1,000 milliliter bag that I'm doing the IV in. But like I said, a lot more convenient for me to wake up, go downstairs, pull it down to like 60 or 70 units, do that right before I need to go out the door, and I'm all day long zoned in, ready to rock and roll, and working optimally, functionally optimally, especially in my clarity in my brain and what I'm doing that day. So it is a game changer, 100%. I've been talking about NAD for about 9 years now. It just caught on probably the last 3 or 4 where you're really starting to see it come up, and it is the truth. So damn right, NAD is good. And again, he said it's injectable. It's an IM injection. Yep. So if people are wondering, if people are wondering how do I inject it, is people, when you hear in your stomach, that's technically subcutaneous, where you just pinch the fat, put it in there. But again, this is IM, so you can put it in any muscle group. I'd recommend putting it in a smaller muscle group, just so it's in there. I mean, if you guys have if you want to put it in the glute. And that's a big muscle and a little needle. So biceps, triceps, traps, anywhere where it's, chest, wherever, as long as it's safe to do it, or even straighten your delt. That's the easiest way. Can be the easiest way. Delts is the easiest way. That's why if you guys come to any of our events where we're giving out free B12 shots, we give all of our B12 shots at those events to delts, and they never have a problem with it. They're always like, oh, what was that? I didn't even feel anything. So, it's definitely probably the best place to go. Now, if you're taking a lot of injections and stuff like that, like we do, you're going to have to change up, some spots or positions, because, if you're sticking the exact same spot over and over, this can create scar tissue too as well. If you're taking, let's say, 4 injections on each side, it might feel a little sore and stuff like that. So you might have to, switch around some different positions. But if it's only 1 or 2 shots, or you're taking this time to time when you want to use it, perfect in your delts or ready to rock and roll, where we feel comfortable in the muscular, really. All right. We got one more question here. Delts are the best for convenience. Absolutely. So, Tesofin, right? So, what do we think about Tesofin? Tesofin, I've seen it used. I don't think it's that big of a game changer. Now, I think that Tesofin, if it's used, I guess, in conjunction with some other things, it might work well. I'm not familiar with what it is. So it's almost like a peptide, right? Oh, okay. You got these different things out there. So I'll tell you what. I'll research it some more, so I'll give you guys some more in-depth opinions about it. I won't give a full in-depth. I know of it. I know what it does in practicality, but I've never used it before. So it's kind of hard for me to give that justification of is it good or bad, So, I've never heard of it, and I'm really so that's probably a good thing, because if it was good, I'd probably hear of it. So it's I'm trying to see the exact same category, what it would be, but Mr. Bridgeport just joined. Bentley Coop, Mitch Spade joined. Shout out to Mitch. Is it similar to semaglutide? Absolutely not. So I can tell you that it's not similar to semaglutide. Semaglutide's glucogen-like peptide 1. It doesn't work in the same function as semaglutide either. There is another one on the market now that they just released that is like semaglutide, and actually, it's supposed to be a little bit more effective than semaglutide. The percentage of how much pounds you lose, or percentage of body weight, I think was up by like 3 to 5% more than semaglutide. So that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 10 pounds. That's a lot. 10, right? 20 pounds. And everybody that's been on semaglutide, has gotten pretty phenomenal results. If anything, people say, listen, I'm getting too good results in some cases. And people are like, how do you get too good results? Like, everybody I talk to about this medication, some people know about it already, and some people have no idea, never heard of it before, right? And then I tell them about it, like, man, this just sounds too good to be true. But
It really is. It's a game changer. It's another one that's just out of this world.
Yeah, the first thing I get when I talk to people about it, I'm like, yeah, you get pretty much guaranteed to lose 20% of your body weight. They're like, really? Like, they don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just, taking it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really does work. And another thing, too, is you're going to lose weight, but you're not going to lose muscle.
Right.
So from a bodybuilding aspect, if you look at the studies and everything on it, it says you lose weight, but you don't lose lean muscle mass.
Right.
That was one of the main things that was stuck in my head. You're not going to lose lean muscle mass.
Yeah.
So if you guys see your scale going down, that doesn't mean you're losing muscle.
Right.
It just means you're losing like weight, good weight, fat, subcutaneous water, all that stuff is good. So you're not going to lose muscle taking this stuff.
And we were talking about this earlier, or even the other day, where we were like, listen, you're losing weight, right? But if you're retaining muscle, or you're doing a weight training program and you're gaining a little bit more muscle, you're going to burn more fat.
Yeah.
Because muscle is going to burn those calories, and more fat, it burns fat. I mean, the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn in a day. Let's put it like that. So it's going to help in a lot of different ways.
And you're going to look phenomenal, too. I mean, people that don't understand weight loss or how your body works and how it functions, when you lose weight and you gain muscle, that's when you really start looking. Yeah. You really start having an athletic, like a physique that looks like you're in shape. Not just someone that's low body fat. Right. You can have low body fat and not look in shape. But when you have low body fat and gaining, that's when you have that shape. Like, wow, what do you do? You're in shape. You're in great shape.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be skinny fat.
Do you guys offer TRT? I've already got all the necessary blood tests. Thanks. So yeah, we do. We offer hormone replacement. So if you guys don't know what we do out there, we offer hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, healing peptides, sexual peptides, weight loss peptides. Blood work nationwide, all the way through and through. ED and libido medications out there, and there's a number of them, right? And we make different combinations of different things, like sildenafil, which is Viagra, or Tadalafil, which is Cialis. We actually combine those two as well, and we also offer Trimix. This was brought up to me the other day, actually it was 2 weeks ago. I was at the Tampa Pro, and I knew some of my old friends from the industry, and they were asking me about different things that they could keep up with their young girlfriend and fiance with. So they're particularly asking me about Trimix or Quad Mix too as well. And if you're asking what's Trimix and Quad Mix, it's either 3 medications mixed together or 4 medications. And we could talk about this a whole nother time. But the only thing about this is, if you're like, oh man, that's great, is you do have to inject your penis with it. So, there's a lot of guys out there. Brutal. For you guys out there, and you're like, oh man, I would never do that. Who would do that? Guys, I would never do it. There's a lot of guys out there that do it and would definitely do it every single time.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right?
We talked to a few, it might have been even last year, we had someone on here asking about if Hercules potion could be injected that way, and we were like, no, don't do that, this and that. I don't know how I could do it. But then again, if I was that guy that had no other way, like a lot of times people look, oh, that's crazy, I would never. Because you probably don't have to. Right.
If
you're a guy that hasn't been able to perform for your wife for 5 years, depending on how old you are, and Viagra or whatever, and for some reason it's not working for you, which I wouldn't even know why it wouldn't. But that's what you need.
Absolutely. So I mean, there's medical situations out there, right? Blood flow issues, cardiovascular issues where people are taking medications and they can't take, they can't take Viagra and stuff like that because it messes with the blood pressure and it would go drop too much and they're dead. So those guys, and the older guys in some cases, those are the guys that usually do. But you have the guys that are in the porno industry, and those guys you would think are going to be good because most of them are young anyway. And then if they take Viagra or Cialis, they should be good to go. I'm just being honest with you guys. But those guys, they want to be the best.
They want to show out,
right? They want to show out. They might have 3 girls at a time, and then you have guys that just want to show out. I've got guys that are big ballers, and they're going to go down to Miami and get 3 girls, and they're going to drink all night, do whatever the hell they're doing. And they want to be able to be Superman in the bedroom, stay up all night in every way, shape, and form. So it is what it is.
But real quick too, we keep saying guys. We have stuff that's going to increase girls' libido, women's libido too. So 100%. It's not just the guys. Women, if you're listening in right now, like, I wish I had some. We got stuff for you too. We got stuff that's going to increase your libido, increase your sensation, and all that stuff too.
Absolutely.
So give us a call, 727-389-3220. We can help the man and the woman increase your sex drive and increase, might even help your relationship.
Absolutely, 100%.
I can't imagine having when the sex goes bad, pretty much the relationship goes bad.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Especially if it's at a certain point and starts falling off. Don't let it fall off.
Yeah, don't let it fall off.
Keep him happy, keep her happy. Dude. We can keep you guys both happy.
For sure. All right, so we got 2 questions. Crimson, we'll get to you 1 second, and Gregory will get to you 1 second. Solo DZ asks, how do you bulk with a musculoskeletal disease, rhamdomalis? So let me look it up real quick. I think I know what it is, but I mean, the best thing to do would be, first we need a blood test, see what's going on, right? And then if your levels are low, let's say your testosterone's low and stuff like this, might be something you want to look into. But I want to make sure that I'm right about what I'm talking about, because if you have other issues and stuff like that, the medical provider is going to have to make that decision if it's going to be a right decision for you. So what this disease is a condition in which damaged skeletal muscle breaks down rapidly. Symptoms may include muscle pains, weakness, vomiting, confusion. There may be tea-colored urine or irregular heartbeats. Some of the muscle breakdown products, such as protein, myoglobin, are harmful to the kidneys and may lead to kidney failure. So solodrezy, this is why we look it up and talk about this.
I would say glutathione first of all.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everything's functioning properly.
Yeah, so it's real rare. So listen, this is definitely a question for a medical provider, right?
Good question.
Because this is a unique situation that we're dealing with here. So a couple of questions they're going to probably ask you right off the bat. They're going to look at your health history. Is there any kidney damage right now going on? Right? How are your kidneys looking? Is your EGFRs looking good or not? Is there any other health issues that are going on? Right? Is this just the main thing? And if you're looking to increase, for this, your muscles are breaking down. So you need something that's going to help you keep on muscle. So there could be a number of different things that you would qualify for that a regular person might not qualify for. And this is totally up to the medical provider, but when you start talking about muscle breakdown and stuff like that, it's almost like muscle wasting to a certain extent, and that's when you can start getting into different things, possibly oxandrolone or other medications that might help. But testosterone right off the bat, because if your testosterone is low, and let's say all your health history looks good, the provider's good with it, testosterone is going to help you put on muscle mass, okay, very easily at that point. And it's going to help with not breaking down. And it might, glutathione is going to be good for the muscle pains possibly. There's other things you can look at here, but I think we can definitely help you in a number of ways. I would
even say maybe a CJC or a TB500 to help with that repair, that breakdown.
Maybe even MK677.
MK677.
Dude, put on muscle.
You want to put on some muscle. You want to eat.
Dude, for sure.
Definitely.
So there's a lot of different things that could possibly help this situation scenario for you. So don't feel like you're stuck in a corner with nowhere to go, because I think we can definitely help you out.
Yeah, I would definitely call the office, let the medical providers know what that is. Yeah. I'm not a doctor by any means.
They'll know what that is.
Yeah, they'll know what it is. They'll know how to treat it. They'll know everything. So just give us a call. We can get you right.
Yeah. All right, Crimson Cutlass, got to get on TRT. We got you, dude. Just give us a call or text. Gregory Jackson said, what is TRT? It's a great question. We were talking about this earlier too. There's some things that we go over a million times over and over and over. And because we do it and say it a million times over and over, we just automatically might think that people know what this is. Yeah. So when we say TRT or HRT, so testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy. So testosterone replacement therapy is just when you replace testosterone in the body that's either not there or too low of a level for you to feel good every single day. Hormone replacement therapy is a balance of different hormones in the body, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing, because even if you're replacing testosterone, you're going to have to balance other hormones in the body, because it just doesn't start and end with testosterone and the only hormone in your body.
Right. And again, too, women could benefit from HRT, too.
Absolutely.
A lot of times you hear HRT. People think that the word testosterone, her testosterone is in the HRT. HRT is hormone replacement therapy. Yeah. So it's not testosterone. It's just to get your levels regulated. So a lot of women will have issues, hormone related testosterone, and they don't even think that testosterone is it because they're a woman. But again, you could be feeling a lot better if your levels are optimal as well. So HRT could be used for men and women. A lot of times people are like, oh yeah, it's a men's thing. It's a HRT. Not necessarily. Yeah, more men may need it or use it. Yeah. But women, if you guys can qualify for it too.
Oh, trust me. There's more women than men in the world, and there is a high percentage of women that have been on hormone replacement therapy. Maybe not testosterone.
Yeah, if you guys have been on birth control.
Birth control. You're on hormone replacement therapy at 16 years old, because you're messing with your hormones at that point. Now there's a couple other ones out there that don't use hormones and stuff like that, but still, just the environment, different things that you might be putting on could be affecting your hormones every single day, and you might need some balance. Or some things might be too high, like estrogen. In females, this is a very, very common thing nowadays. All right, so what was the last question here? So TRT or HRT, if you guys are interested in that, please call or text 727-389-3220, and we'll be able to help you out. So Todd Smith Machine says, I have autoimmune disease. Half my organs have failed, and the other organs are failing. Battling this for 10 long years.
It's too bad to hear that.
So, Todd, have you been trying glutathione? Have you been taking glutathione or trying it anywhere? That might help with the organs, depending on what the organs are. So if you say it's like my liver or something like that, this is something that could possibly help with some different therapies. I'm not saying it's an end-all be-all, but it might slow the process down of what's damaging your organs. It might help correct some of the autoimmune disease in the body that's going on. I don't know what particular one it is, but just throwing that out there. War Machine, Nikki, Lexi, what's going on? Lexi, hope all is well. Holding Outlaw in the house. Lauren, Liz, Dylan, I'm 22 and struggling with super low tests, and I can't find any solutions. Well, you know what? You found your solution. Call or text 727-389-3220. Now, you're 22 years old, so you're very young in the big game of life.
Yeah.
21 is when we start accepting patients, but usually 25 is the first time we will only accept a patient to go on hormone replacement therapy. But at 22 years old, if your levels are really, really low, we're not just going to kick you outside and say, you know what, we're not going to help you because you're 22 years old. But there are some different options like enclomiphene and different things out there that could help stimulate your natural levels and bring those levels up so you start feeling a little bit better. And this could be a fix, possibly, or it could be a Band-Aid for a short amount of time until, maybe we're able to blood test some more and the providers might change their mind. It's a case-by-case scenario. It's not just everybody's out. So, it's worth a shot. So call or text us.
And again, if he mentions enclomiphene, enclomiphene is just a capsule or tablet you could take. It's not necessary. It's not testosterone,
right? But
it's going to help again bring in natural testosterone. So instead of just putting a whole bunch of synthetic or testosterone in your body, it's going to raise your and not only that, from a bodybuilding or whatever you want to call it standpoint, when you take enclomiphene, you feel like you're actually injecting testosterone. Like the way good. I feel like that feeling. So if that feeling is not necessarily the injection or all that, it's because my levels are coming up. So to get that, I feel good on enclomiphene. So if you guys are looking for that feeling, I just want to feel better, I just want to this and that, but they won't give me testosterone, then enclomiphene might work for you. It might make you feel good and all that. And make you a little stronger and all that too, because you're having, it's like it's boosting your natural test. So.
If your levels are going up in testosterone, they're going up, and that's going to help in a number of different ways, especially possibly with symptoms or other issues they're having. And enclomiphene's been a game changer too, man. I know I said it 3 times already, but those 3 drugs have definitely been a game changer. The only ways I say that is because results, right? Results are the key. Right? If everybody's getting results on semaglutide, it's good, right? Enclomiphene. So enclomiphene, I've seen a number of different patients that have never been on testosterone before that have had low levels and bumped their levels up like 400 or 500 points. Even one of our doctors, right? He does not want to take testosterone. He's 40 years old. He doesn't like to inject. He'll inject anybody, but he don't want to get injected or blood taken or anything like that. But he knows he needs something. So he got enclomiphene. And man, it raised it up from I think it was 300 to 750 or something like that. Yeah. Which, hey, that's pretty good. That's a good jump.
And if you guys don't know what optimal levels are, that literally almost brought him up to optimal levels. Optimal levels is 750, 800 to about 950. Yeah. So that literally, just like John said, he didn't even take any injections. That alone brought his levels up. So, I mean, I didn't think there was going to be something better than HCG. Yeah. Because just the way I felt on I thought that HCG was it, and plus, it's injectable. Injectable's always better. But now enclomiphene, I like it better. Yeah. Because HCG has other side effects, issues. It's a whole nother show. True. That I don't get from enclomiphene.
True that. Yeah. Enclomiphene's been a lot better, man, as far as all the way around for me, too. Listen, I don't mind injecting. I like injections. I think they're better all the way around. But, I had my doubts about HCG because it was 9 years I've been doing HCG or 10 years because it was before Titan. Yeah. And that's what we said, and that's what it was. But, Clomid was a whole different story, and I took that and you get negative side effects. And clomiphene's in the same family. But it's different molecule basis, and you don't get that negative side effect of depression or being down per se. And that's one thing I didn't like about Clomid, especially people really didn't feel the symptom relief. Yeah,
right? And plus Clomid can mess with your vision over a long time and this and that too. So there's other stuff with Clomid, but in clomiphene not so much. I feel great on it. Yeah, I feel good on it.
Kim Fit Ass Haynes, I'm glad to see you back. Appreciate it. Thank you. Mac G. Totsman says I'm on BPC, TB500, glutathione, Super McB, HCG, HGH, TRT, and so much more. That's a lot. That's definitely a lot. So,
Shout out to Rob, just got on RPG.
RPG, what's going on?
RPG, that's a monster right now.
Yeah. So yes, very small amounts of weekly blood tests. So what's going on with the blood tests? Kidneys, liver, what organs are failing you? Dylan Fit, thanks guys. I had blood work done and my T levels were 234, and I tried a couple places and they wouldn't help me out because I wasn't 25 to 30. So that's usually what it is. So listen, if you've had this blood test before, it's within 60 days and it's all the tests we need, call up, okay, and tell them, listen, I just want to help my T levels. I don't need testosterone. Can I try clomiphene or whatever John was talking about? And they need to, they can reference back to me and we can see if we can help you out, okay? Nobody deserves to feel like that. Amanda, what's going on? Coast Bullies, what's up? Coast of Bullies, what's going on? Copeland and Guy F, how you guys doing? All right, so let's get into some topics. Arnold Classic 2023 Building Divisions announced. Women's physique, figure, and other divisions were omitted.
Yes. A lot of women are upset now. They have every right to be. Pretty much, if you guys don't know the Arnold Classic, it's one of the top two shows in the whole year.
Right.
It's like basically the Super Bowl, even though the Olympia is. It's like one of the biggest bodybuilding events in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody comes from all around the world. It happens every year.
Yeah.
They have men's divisions, they have women's divisions, they have bikini, all the way up to women that are almost as big as me.
Right.
Blah blah blah, vice versa for the men. Now this year, they took out a lot of women's categories that are generally almost the most popular, I guess, within the bodybuilding community. They took out figure, which is huge. They took out women's physique. Those women are a little bit bigger than figure. And then but then they took out female bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's the big one.
So, I mean, if you guys don't know what bodybuilders are, there's everywhere from girls that look almost like Hooters waitresses, small build, not too much muscle. That's bikini, figure, and then they move all the way up. So they got rid of figure. The only thing they kept was bikini and wellness. Yeah. Now, people that don't know bodybuilding, just like we were talking before the show, bikini and wellness is pretty much the stuff that all the guys want to see. You know,
right.
It's pretty much the women that look, quote unquote, not as muscular, not as athletic
masculine
building, or some of them in the body, but masculine looking.
Yeah.
So basically, they kept that for the audience, but all the women with the muscle, they've been doing this for years, and not only that, prize money. They're not getting the prize money.
True.
So a lot of these women look at bodybuilding as, okay, if I can only get this amount this year, if I was supposed to win it last year and get 40 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now they take it away. That's 40 grand they took away from you that year. So it's not just about competing. It's about, it's getting to the point now where a lot of women are like, should I even continue in doing this sport? Like, because they could just pull it away. And the women that are real big, the ones that you see that's like really big, they physically can't come down to compete in bikini. They have too much muscle. It wouldn't look right.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? I feel like you're going to see a lot of bigger women trying to lean down to do figure.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can't compete in this, I'm not saying they should because they should, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to offer the classes. I mean, the only comparisons I can see to this, for a girl to be able to come down, they're never going to lose the voice if they've got the
Yeah, but some of these bikini girls, believe it or not, just because they're small like that, sound like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I agree.
so,
no, listen. We've
it's like, wait a minute,
we've seen the
sound like
bikini
me and you're 100
protocols come
pounds.
through.
Yeah.
These guys are taking trend. I mean, girls bikini trend and
that's
this and that. I'm like, what the hell are you bodybuilder? Or are you a bikini? Because you should be tiny waist, curves a little bit, and nice, tone and definition in your arms, legs, back, I guess. But
but again, I mean, it makes sense they have to come down, but literally some women, I don't think they can. Some women have been bodybuilding for 20 years and have so much muscle and so little body fat, they have to start pulling muscle weight. Now, I could see certain divisions, like if it's, say if a girl that used to do figure, they took it away, now she's going to try to do wellness because it's close or something
that's
like
close.
that.
Yeah.
But for the bigger women that have a lot of muscle, and not just the women, they took away the 212 bodybuilding for men too. So if you guys don't know 212 bodybuilding, 212 is the max weight you could weigh for a men's category in a certain division. But then they have the open where you could be whatever. So they took away that too. So if I'm a 212 bodybuilding guy, say I'm a 212 bodybuilding guy, and my wife is a women's physique. I won last year. She won last year. Now all of a sudden they take it away. They're taking like 100 grand out of us.
If they win, though, you still got to win.
Yeah, you still have to
win.
But
it's not guaranteed.
But
it's a chance to win.
Yeah, it's a chance. Like, you have the
yeah.
opportunity, but it's just crazy that I don't know. Like, I couldn't imagine. There was a lot of stuff I was watching last night on different podcasts and stuff. Listened to a lot of these women are like, I mean, they're pretty much like, a lot of them are saying, I'm just not going to bodybuild anymore. I mean, like, bodybuild for yourself, bodybuild for the look, but to put all the stress. One of the best female bodybuilders ever, Shanique Grant, she only competed for a couple years and she stopped because of this.
Right.
She was like, why am I getting 40 grand or
Right.
18 grand and this guy's getting 400?
Right.
He's the best in the world. I'm the best in the world.
Right.
So if you guys aren't familiar, Miss Olympia gets 40 grand. Mr. Olympia gets 400 grand.
Yeah.
So they're getting over 8 times. So
Yeah.
if a female Olympian, if she wins Miss Olympia 8 years, it's gonna take her 8 years in a row to equal that guy one time.
See, it's kind of flipped on the porn industry where girls get paid more and the guys don't, right? But when you look at Olympia, this is God truth, right? It was first made for guys.
Yeah.
So that's why, like the guy, like even the NBA or the WNBA, like girls are complaining like they're not getting paid the NBA. But here's the thing about that: and the true facts come down to financials. What's bringing in the return on investment here? Is it the guys or the girls? And in every sport, it's the guys. It really is.
And the only sports, just to cut you off, sorry
Sure.
to cut you off, the only sports that I actually enjoy watching more than men and women is probably gymnastics, figure skating, or there's maybe a couple that I
Right.
actually like watching the women compete more than the men. But he has a point. I mean, go to a WNBA. How much is the tickets? $12?
The NBA is they're paying for the league of WNBA. So
Yeah, like
you know,
no one's filling the stands.
when you go outside,
I
right?
couldn't tell you 5 All-Stars in the WNBA.
You can't, right? And then you can't say this. Let's talk about like merchandise sales, right? You know, you talk about one NBA team versus pretty much half of the league of the WNBA and sold jerseys.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, where's the money coming from? So you can say, listen, yes, they're playing the both sports. They're both the top of whatever it is in any sport.
Yeah.
But it does come back down to return on investment and where's the money really going to, because where's the money coming in from? Right. And that's the only thing. I totally understand. The soccer girls, women's soccer, that's one that just got the pay upped.
Right.
Because they're getting somewhat of equal pay, I think, is what they agreed on.
Probably because they have a huge family.
And I think they do. They need it, right?
Especially
Those are jerseys that
overseas.
sell,
It's
right?
like, yeah.
You know, that's the women's soccer. You don't ever hear anything about men's soccer.
No.
No, right?
Not in this country.
No, you don't hear nothing about men.
Yeah.
USA soccer.
Yeah,
Men's soccer, yes, but not USA.
Not USA.
Right?
I couldn't name 5 players on the USA team for soccer, and I may be able to name 5 WNBA players.
Yeah.
I mean, Brittany Griner, obviously, she's all over the news.
For sure.
But I was following Brittany Griner when she was 6'8" in high school, dunking like Shaq.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's a jersey that will sell. Release her jersey right now, Brittany Griner jersey, and see how much it sells, and use that money to get her out.
She does got a jersey. She's got it out. You can actually buy it online.
But I'm saying it must have been flying.
It's got to be going up.
Yeah.
I mean, with that much press, whether it's good press or bad press, the jerseys are going to sell because more people are going to get behind it one way or the other. 100%, like 1,000,000%. I mean, you know, the other example I could see with these girls losing weight, and it would take some time, but like look at like all the professional bodybuilders from the past that are still alive. And one I would say right away that I would look at that has changed dramatically, I mean, they all have pretty much, but it's still alive and was at the top of the game. Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates.
Yeah.
The Shadow, right? This guy was called the Shadow because when he came over you, your physique got shadowed by his.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was a monster, and then look at him now.
He's chill. He rides his bike. He's healthy.
He's so lean.
Yeah, he's not like he's not like
I mean,
not like Ronnie Coleman walking around on crutches. You know, Ronnie Coleman, his organs and stuff and everything is healthy, but his body is.
He's
Dorian Yates is like chill. He's not. You know, he just seems like a regular guy. You know, he's
Tom Platz. I mean, you're talking about some of these legends.
Even Arnold himself, he's like 70-something years old.
I know.
He's still in shape.
I know. You know, and not
Healthy
dressed to be
shape.
big, but some of these girls really wanted to. I think. Listen, you know, it's not a secret. If you stop some of the stuff, you're probably going to start losing some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, look at the Big Bad Wolf, man. Look at Dennis Wolf, man. That dude was a monster, and he's still.
Now he's chill. Yeah.
He's chill. He's got great muscle tone. I mean, he's still big, but he's
Paul
not.
Dillette was.
I mean, dude, even my Dennis James, dude. I was seeing him over Tampa Pro, and dude's still like, but
he's got that natural
but
huskiness.
it's not
to
like
but it's not.
it's not like before, like
saying.
So I think it sucks. It sucks that this happened last minute. They should at least went on with this year and said, hey, listen, next year we're going to be eliminating this because a lot of girls, competitors in general, they spend a lot of money. The sponsors spend a lot of money, right?
And if they don't win, oh well.
And they don't get anything. I mean, they don't get anything.
I was kind of like not upset, but when I saw the prize money at the Tampa Pro when we sponsored Tampa Pro this year, I was like, wow. Like one of the girls came from Alaska, right? And she looked phenomenal. She won a couple categories. I think she maybe won an overall. I know she got a check for something, whatever. But I'm just saying she came from Alaska. Her check was $2,000.
Yeah.
That is like a flight alone.
I know.
A round trip flight and hotels more than true. So she couldn't even pay just to get to her show. Then they have to pay $1,000 for the suit. It's just crazy, and then they don't get any prize money. So if I was a woman, I probably wouldn't compete.
But what do the guys make?
The guys for Mr. Olympia?
No, for Tampa Pro.
Tampa Pro.
With the main guy, man.
I think Akeem Williams won bodybuilding. I took a picture, and you guys could check my Instagram. It's 10 grand.
Was it 10?
10 grand. He won the whole show.
Right.
And he's an Olympia qualifier.
Yeah.
That 10 grand, half of that was probably spent just to get to the show.
Sure.
You got to go to the show. You got to pay for your, tanning. You got to pay for the hotel. You got to pay for all your food. You got to pay to get around once you get there, going to gyms, this and that.
Dude, I love the sport.
Yeah,
love the industry,
I don't like to compete anymore though.
But for the money that people are putting out and what they're going to get back, it's not a win-win situation unless you are the top dog. And you're getting a $400,000 check at the end of the year. That pays for all your whole year. You got a great salary. You're rocking and rolling. But that is a very, very small percentage, and everybody has that dream to go there, be that. But the truth is, man, like professional, like when you call yourself a professional, usually you make stuff or you make a living from the trade. So I'm a professional carpenter. I'm a carpenter, and that's where I make my money. If I'm a professional bodybuilder, then you're thinking, hey, listen, you should be making a living on bodybuilding, right? And this some people do, whether it's coaching, training, stuff like that. So I'm not taking that back. But, a lot of people don't. They have to have second, third jobs or, whatever it is that's paying the bills because that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. They can't live at the show. Yeah,
there's not too many. If you guys aren't familiar with bodybuilding, if you hear someone say, I'm a professional bodybuilder, it's a good title to have. You have to work for it. Some of them look great. But it's not like another sport. Like if you meet someone and say, yeah, I'm a professional hockey player. Okay, you're getting paid. I'm a professional basketball. You get baseball. I'm tennis. Anything. Cards. I'm a professional poker player. I'm a professional darts. You can watch me on ESPN. Any other. They're all getting way more money than these guys. And what they do is they practice maybe a couple hours a day, and that's it. They eat whatever they want. These guys are killing themselves 24 hours a day. Have health issues.
Health issues out the butt. I mean, think about just their personal life in shambles. I mean, unless you're with, and you're a real professional bodybuilder, unless you're with probably somebody in the fitness industry, it's going to be really, really hard to get the support because they have no idea what you're doing. I mean, they do, but like you're telling them, but they've never been through something like that. They don't know how they support that. I mean, it's tough, man, for people out there. It's a selfish sport, man.
And not only that, with bodybuilding, I mean, I'm not a going out type, but if you guys are a going out type, it's like you have to either like basically not so much have no life, but you're pretty much everything changes. Where you go, where you eat changes. Who you hang out with changes. So what happens is bodybuilders, male and female, they only hang out with other bodybuilders because they get tired of explaining Tupperware and I don't want to drink and this and that. They get tired of it. So it's like, I'm just going to hang out with everybody that does what I do. That way we could all, feed off of each other. But it is a grueling sport. And it's really, you really don't get the money you deserve. A lot of these people make all their money off their sponsors. There's people that don't even compete bodybuilding that are making way more money and doing way more stuff just off of YouTube or off of sponsorships, of just people knowing who they are, or them using their, influence or whatever, or, YouTube channels. Some of these guys in these YouTube are like, they don't even compete, but they work out every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it just gets nuts. It's tough. It just sucks that these women aren't getting any money.
It sucks. It sucks.
Bad enough the men aren't getting money.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's and there's a lot of money coming in. I mean, there is. So.
And one last thing about that, there are two girls that are open. They saved $20,000, and they're going to open up their own show. I was heard about it last night. They're going to be opening up at Figure Only show, and they already gained $20,000 for prize money. So there is going to be a show coming up within the next year that's an only figure show, kind of like we got our own thing going on, kind of like a Windsor Strength thing. Right. But I guess they're going to have a figure show, and the prize money is supposed to be $20,000. Who knows? I don't know if that's broken up or one person, but I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
All right. You're welcome, Todd. I wish you could afford to get on this. There's so much for time. I understand, man. I want the best for you too. So whatever it is, keep doing it. As well as facts, and then Hulk Squad said being a professional bodybuilder seems more identified with a certificate that says so rather than the money.
Exactly.
That's 100%, dude. All right, let's get into the next subject. California approves rule to ban all gasoline-powered cars by 2035.
I saw that. That's crazy.
So I know that the governor there was talking about this before, and he got a lot of flack about it. And this is a pretty serious thing. Now there's a new bill that got passed. It's an inflation thing, and got signed by the president. That basically says that to get a tax credit from the government, all 50% of battery sales need to be made here or produced here by a car company. So the big push is on for EV. Electronic cars are coming out from every sort of thing, from Chrysler to Chevy to Dodge to Ford. Obviously, Mercedes already got it coming out. It's already out. And Tesla's ruling that. And then you got these other companies like Nikola and I don't know, there's 2 other companies that are main ones out there. But yeah, so the big push is for this. So
it's going to be some quiet streaks.
2035, yeah, man. You know, the problem is that this is going to cause an issue because there's not going to be enough charging stations for all these cars, even by 2035. And how many people are going to switch over by 2035? Well, in California, they can still drive a gas-powered car. They just can't produce any more gas-powered cars there. So,
get them out while you can.
It's interesting, right?
Get them now while you can, because you're going to miss that vibration or that smell and that car. That if you're a motorhead, if you're a muscle car guy, any type of car guy who likes that, all the fake vibration and fake noise with the speaker is not going to be the same.
No, it's.
I keep seeing that Dodge Charger that's all over the place. See that? I don't like it.
The Flextronic or whatever.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's good. No, the positive thing is going to be, for pollution, air pollution. It's going to help with that. And I know California has bad pollution, air pollution, so it'll help with that. But again, it's going to be quiet. It's just going to be, I don't know. And obviously, other states are going to follow. We're talking about the third, area-wise, third largest state. Yeah. Probably, I think, maybe first largest state in terms of population, even though Texas is bigger. Yeah. But I mean, it's going to only a matter of time before we're over here and we can't get.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, also said, this is what I was saying. The electrical grid is not even anywhere close or would be able to sustain such a thing. Ask any power company. But it's true. We're not ready for a full EV launch and everybody to have EV cars. There's a lot of different things that need to change, and we need to definitely update and upgrade our power grid in all situations and scenarios throughout every state. You know, I mean, even for this, right? So let's say you need a new battery for Tesla. New battery for Tesla is $20,000. Let's say they don't warranty it. You got $20,000 for the Tesla battery?
A battery?
A battery.
I had no clue.
So, when you're talking about that much money for something like that, those batteries are expensive. Very expensive. Charging those batteries is a problem. Let's say you're running out of gas or electricity, right? You guys both pull in. One guy pulls into a charging station. One guy pulls into a gas station. The guy in the gas station fills up his tank in 5 minutes. He's got a full tank, ready to rock and roll for another 300 to 400 miles, depending on what car, and miles per gallon. The guy in electrical car has to sit there for 30 minutes.
30 minutes to
30
charge.
minutes.
Even longer. Some of them are half 12 hours.
Yeah.
See, I think what's going to happen with this car thing is they're going to have just the same thing when you first get a phone. You got to plug it into a charger that looks like a shoebox. Yeah. And now you have like wireless ones. Yeah. So I'm assuming they may have different levels to chargers where you could charge the cars than they have now. Like upgrades. I mean, it's 13 years from now?
10,
so,
yeah.
10. Yeah. It's going to be like, maybe they have like something small that's like the size of your phone even.
Maybe.
Where it could be like, I have to update my phone so I can charge my car or something. It might be something crazy.
Oh no, for sure.
There'll be so many car stations everywhere if they do like charging stations.
I mean, they're going to do charging stations. What they're doing, but it's going to look. I don't know about that either.
You should have one for your house. Everyone should just have their own charger like they do.
They have them at the house, but let's say you're on the road, right, and you didn't get a full charge or whatever it is. Something happened, and you're driving. Then what are you going to do? Your car's going to run out of electricity. You're going to be sitting on the side of the road.
But you can't just like unplug it and keep it in the trunk or something like that. So if it dies, you plug it up or something like that.
The charger?
Yeah.
No. It's not like that.
See, I didn't know. I'm not sure how these chargers work. If they, like a portable charger. Like if your phone's about to die, you find a charger. If your car's about to die, you find a plug and use your own.
Yeah,
I don't know how it
works. But even on the side of the road, I mean, unless you have some electro outlet. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough. So I mean, they were talking about all these different things, but this would take time to do too. Like putting things underneath the streets to charge your car as you go.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. I can see some car companies wrapping the whole, and some are already talking about it, already done it in concepts where they've wrapped the entire roof in solar panels.
Wow.
So
or maybe like a charging, on the highway, how they have the trucks, they have to pull over and get weighed. They have charging, so you just pull over your car, pull up into the spot, and wait, and it charges from underneath, and then pull back onto the highway.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take time to charge. That's the only thing.
Why are they doing it? It's good.
So, and here's the messed up thing about it. When we talk about emissions, pollution, everything like that. The U.S. is like leading the way, right? Or everybody's like, oh, the United States. The biggest pollution comes from 2 different countries, and they're both in Asia. Are you ready? India.
And
China. China and India are the biggest 2 polluters in in the world.
Yeah, India, actually in India, they have a trash city.
Yes.
The city is made of trash, and it's
Yes.
like everyone just goes there and just dumps. And
Yes.
I've seen videos. It's disgusting.
It's so nasty. It is, you know. But, you know, we're not, hey, you guys got to do this too, because they're not doing it.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so if we're going to do this and lead the way, we should make other countries do this and lead the way too as well. Sylvia said, I wish they did this in Hawaii, preserve this beautiful place and decrease emissions. I like Hawaii. I have never been there. I want to go there, but everything I've seen from pictures and videos, it looks pretty cool. Alcoholic said, I'm taking Titan Complete and glutathione. What do you think is the best timing for taking these two therapies? Thanks. Morning time? I mean, you could do the glutathione at night per se, but if you want to, you know, do one shot at a time. But if you want to do them both, you can do them early in the morning. Titan Complete, I would definitely do early in the morning. You could take it in the afternoon. It's not going to like keep you up all night like stimulants or anything, but you know, the best thing you can do is start in the morning. Your body's firing all day and you're utilizing it all day long, so it'll hopefully give you better results.
And again, if he's taking Titan Complete and glutathione, is that something he could take at the same time in the same syringe? Does it have to be split?
I mean, you could take in the same syringe. You're going to get half the dose. You could do that. I mean, that will definitely take some of the sting maybe off the glutathione per se if you're getting a little sting. So you could do that too. Yeah, you could do one of those in the morning, one of those afternoon if you really want to split it up. But if you want to take one shot, you can do those both at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. If you guys are having, it doesn't sting, I don't notice it at all. But some people say the sting. If you're having a problem with the sting, do half complete, half glutathione in one syringe, and then half and half. So you're just, you know, basically just diluting it down with the Titan Complete. It's the same amount of liquid for the injection too.
Yeah. So Real Eden Lake. So she said, and this is great. See, I don't know. We don't know everything about this, so I'm glad. She said it's not just a lack of charging stations. It's the infrastructure to generate the electricity is gas coal based and pollutes a ton. Even to create this, what she's saying, is going to create a whole bunch of pollution or emissions. So that's a great point. I mean, that's something, like I said, you know, everybody chip in. If you guys know more than us or you know a little bit more about the subject or know something, let us know.
I just literally commented on it. I learn something new every time we do these shows.
This is awesome, guys. I love it. This is what it's all about. It's supposed to be sharing real, credible information and knowing what's going on here. Me, Tron, what's going on?
She said Tesla switching to, what is it?
Stamping the body out of only a couple pieces so it could get in an accident. You'll be looking at replacing half the body. Yeah, I can see that. And then Hulk Squad says, for pollution aspects morally, yeah, that's great, but the United States only produces 10% of the world's pollution. Other countries don't care about polluting the planet. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're 10%, right? And where's the other 90% coming from? We know the biggest percentage are coming from India and China. So we definitely need to look at these different places. And if we're going to do